Men, don't ignore the signs. Don't let the crying at the end fool you either. You're going to see this video here of a man trying to propose a question to his girl, a very important question to his girl in a creative way, but she didn't realize it was for him, and we saw her true reaction to it. So let's just take a watch. This is a bit of a hard watch. This might be a bit of a hard watch, but please pay attention and take a listen to this.
Hey, it says like. Sounds like something weird. Well, what the fuck? That's shitty. Mary? What? JK? It's a JK. Go to probably. That's a shitty way to ask someone. No, I'll say it. Okay. What? Was that you? Yeah. Daniel. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well, I know this is just a simple, prom proposal. He went all out. You know what I mean? He went all out. And that initial reaction, because she didn't know it was for her. But people might say I'm too hardcore. But I will say this. That initial reaction is what she really felt about it. You know what I mean? And people are going to see her cry at the end, and people will be like, man, maybe she learned her lesson. And maybe so. But I will say this. There's certain things you can't ignore. Certain red flags that you cannot ignore. You know what I mean? I done seen very regular prom proposals, very regular. And, all the broads go crazy now over it. Now, in this case, this dude went all out. This dude went all out for the prom proposal. People might disagree with me, but I would say this. Look, man, that's a red flag right there. That's a red flag. Her initial reaction is kind of how she feels about it, because I always give this example. People might think I'm being too hardcore when I do this, but I always give the example that my cousin gave on his podcast, right? When we talk about where do you take a girl out to date? Where do you take her out on a date? And we always say that's just a nonsense question, because if she likes you, she's not going to care where you really go. And my cousin will bring up the example of if Justin Bieber brought his broad to Burger King, she wouldn't care, right? And people, oh, that's extreme. Well, if you're really talking about setting standards, wouldn't it matter that Justin Bieber take you out to a nice place? But you don't care because why? It's Justin Bieber or it's Usher. You don't care where it is because you like him, for him. So I bring that comparison to say this. Imagine if a male celebrity, a very famous male celebrity, or whoever the most popular man in town is, in her small, town in Idaho, wherever she's from, right? If she had found out that he did this for his girl, do you think she would have that same opinion? I don't know. I don't think people are that brave. Me personally, So I'll say this, because there's a lot of people, and I'll say rightfully so. They might think, this is a very big lesson for her to be like, yo, you need to your opinion. You need to edit your opinion sometimes, right? And she that might be a this might be a great wake up call for her in terms of her attitude, how she talks about things, her disposition towards things. Maybe that is a wake up call for her. And I would have, maybe on a different day, I would agree. But to me, this is a massive red flag. That is a massive red flag. And I think that's why she's crying low key, is because it's not just that she's crying because she hurt his feelings, but she's crying like, damn, I'm awful. You know what I mean? But I don't really think that kind of an attitude or that kind of that personality, I don't think that really leaves you as a person. That's just my opinion on that. So right here, this comment right here says women think this is corny because nobody's done it for them. It's a coping mechanism. Once that guy comes along that opens doors and buys roses and writes love letters, they show their true colors. Real women love that. I don't know what to think about this comment because it just women will say they love stuff like that, and then obviously you'll have women like that that'll think it's corny. But I think they do think it, for the most part, it's corny. It's just when they don't want the beta guys really doing that, or the quote unquote nice guys doing that. They want the Chads and the dudes that they can't really tame to be able to do stuff like that once in a while. So right here, I'm looking at this comment. It says, break his heart. Number one, break his heart. Number two, plays the victim. Number three, he ends up helping her. If that's not a signal that your life is going to be ish with this woman, I don't know what it is. Facts. That's just me. I'm like, this is a red flag. That's just like, that's what she is, dog. So somebody says she felt bad and apologized. That's good enough for me. You got to stick your foot in your mouth to learn the hard way a few times in life. I don't know what to think about that comment. I really don't, because I could be wrong, but I think that's a red flag. Somebody said, I'm more amazed that this is a prom aged girl. She looks like a 35-year-old mother of two, and he looks like a 30-year-old that has been living on the streets getting over a fentanyl addiction. That's why I be saying those Caucasian broads, y'all got to stop playing around. Especially like the white girls today. I don't know what advice they be listening to. They be thinking they can have, or like, let me take it to the older broads now. Forget her. Forget these high school bitches. Let's take it to like the 20-year-old, the late 20-year-old and the early 30-year-old women. Like they really be thinking, they really think they could wait till like 30 something to have kids. I'm like, Caucasian women, they don't. Hey man, no disrespect, man. She got to, yeah, they got to stop playing. Oh, they're gonna start showing other videos. Yeah, right here. So right here. So Michelle, I'm gonna assume this is a woman. She says, "Don't marry her," even though obviously this is a prom proposal, but she's saying for the future. She's saying, "Don't marry her." She's making fun of someone else who she doesn't even know. The person it could have been was as in love as this guy. She is a piece of what. That's what I'm thinking too. That's my thinking too. Like I'm like you, because usually women will see, like you'll be especially in a setting, if the girl is with her boyfriend. What because this is what girls do when a girl is in a setting with her boyfriend. What she usually does, if she sees any type of proposal or prom proposal or anybody asking a grandiose question, right? She is going to overreact with niceness or overreact with awe over the proposal. And it's really to show her husband or her boyfriend or whatever, her significant other, like, yo, I would like something like this as well. Or you need to do something like this as well. So they will always consider, man, I would like for this to have something, done for me as well. So that's why I'm like, yo, that's really how she feels about it, in my opinion. But I could be, like I said, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Right here it says, typical female reactions. I just crushed his feelings. Now I'm gonna put on the waterworks and him feel bad for me. Exactly. She needs to make, like, her crying. That doesn't move me. That's why I said in the beginning, I'm like, maybe I said this might be a hard watch for y'all, but for me, I'm like, that kind of manipulation, that don't work for me. Somebody said she cried and apologized. Sometimes it's good to watch the entire video of taking the poster's word instead of taking the poster's word for it. I hope they had a great time at prom. That's why a lot of these conservative guys, well, I don't know what, let me see. Well, I don't know, maybe he's not a conservative, but a lot of these conservative guys, that's why they be getting played. No disrespect. No disrespect. He said, here's a update. Oh, so there's an update for what happened. Oh yeah, yeah. But so okay, right here. So Naomi, whoever she is, I don't know what she who or what she is. She's gonna say something here. She said maybe she behaved this way because deep down she longed for a similar gesture and never received it from life. So instead she chose to criticize it. It's human nature. But even with that comment, that's still a massive red flag. That's still a massive red flag because you don't want to be the guy that's coming in her life and you be the first person that's been good to her. That is a recipe for disaster. I forgot about that angle of looking at things. You're not even like if you're the first dude to be like, especially like now obviously they're since they're high school age, it might be a little bit different, but especially like later on in life, even for a high school girl, if you're the first dude and she's like, man, you're the first person to ever take me on a date, that's a red flag. That is a massive red flag. You know what I mean? She's not used to so what's been happening before that? Because she already know people might disagree with me, but she got a pass. I already know she got a pass. Christmas, she only 16, she's 17. She got a pass. I'm telling you, boy. I'm telling you, man. Y'all ninjas need to study. Yeah, nah, man. But yo, that even makes it even worse. That makes it even worse, in my opinion.